That's new. Can't see anything. It's 5:30 in the morning. I go work out, but the Montero is loaded with my scraps, but mostly there are some car parts over here underneath. Can't see anything. I'll just wait till it's brighter out. We're going to go do the springs and shocks on this thing. Get the back all loaded with supplies. Shocks, the springs, the stuff, wheel bearings, and we're gonna do a sign, so everything's loaded. Let's roll out. Leo's Gen 1 Montero with the drive shaft disconnected and tranny missing, the drift car. Let's see some more Monteros out back. Gen 1 getting worked on. Pretty aggressive, pretty cool looking. Gen 1. Then the Gen 3 that's getting in shape. I'm kind of starting to dig the ARB bumper. This one has it. Oh, I gotta go around. It's got the sliders, bumper. Not sure how I feel about it. I used to hate them, and now I'm kind of, it's growing on me. I don't mind it too much, if I'm honest. But I think prefer making my own tube bumper. And this lift kit actually looks pretty good. It doesn't look too aggressive, so maybe we should do that. Came out real cool. I used a textured paint, and then I messed up and actually touched right here with my finger, so then I went ahead and rubbed this whole thing on the table. So now it like looks sick. Let's see, there we go. Looks really, really good. Really weathered, like it's the car itself, and then the truck. Here we are. This axle needs to be replaced, so we're waiting for a call. And then one shock is there, so little by little we'll get it together. Alright, today we're going to take a break from all the woodworking and let's do a Montero update that's long overdue. Some stuff's been done, some stuff has broken. Part of it I just want to vent about the joys of owning a 20-year-old truck that hasn't been maintained all that well until me. But let's start it first and see how the idle is doing, which is not good. Alright, so I've had an issue before where the idle, once it warms up, was really low. Now we're having a different problem. It's the opposite actually. The idle is low on the start. Oh, there we go. That hasn't happened yet. That's the first time. That's new. Alright, as you can see, the ride height is a lot better now. We installed the Lovells front springs, the standard duty, standard height, with a 10mm Russian spacer over the Bilstein shocks. And so now it's almost level. When we first installed it was really high. I'll throw a photo over here, and I was quite scared that it was just going to be really janky. But it's quite a bit better now. I'm waiting for the shocks or the springs to arrive in the rear. I have that. Also front wheel hubs were replaced and the passenger side axle. So it was a really long day. I ended up not really shooting any footage, but it's done now. The one weird part is now whenever the truck started kind of shifting jerkily into second, so not sure what's happening over there, and now it's not starting either. It was definitely leaking, and it's been leaking some oil for sure here for a while. I mean, I saw this morning, you can see a little better with the flashlight on. That's why it's been parked outside, so we'll check all the fluids when Marcia gets here and figure out what. My carpet was really janky, and so the whole carpet got replaced. Marcia pulled all the interior out, put it back together, but the crappy radio that I bought from Amazon for like $60 died on me, so I've been having to use that little speaker here. And then you can see the Kilmat here and over there as well. I got some X-Bull traction bars because I was hoping to go off-roading next weekend, but it's not looking like that at all. And then I think that's it as far as the interior. I mean, I added a little cargo net here because we've been kayaking, so it's nice to throw some extra towels and whatnot because we've been just gonna get messy inside. Still have to bedline that one panel and replace it, but overall I'm gonna say it's been kind of frustrating because we'll fix one thing and then more things come up. Oh, and I keep getting a hump from the passenger right side at 45 to 50 miles an hour. We replaced the wheel bearing, we replaced the axle, and it's still making that noise now, so I'm not sure what exactly is happening over there. But let's go inside the garage and I'll show you what kind of bits we have. Oh, and that carpet, literally a couple of days before we replaced all this carpet with the gray one because it was tan before, I started getting overheating, and I was fortunately only half a mile away from Marcio's place because I was in Sanford, and it was dumping the coolant all into the footwell, so we ended up bypassing the heater core meanwhile. So I do have the heater core, so I think he's going to be tearing up all the dash to replace that. So just tiring, just frustrating. I mean, maybe that's the life of a project car, but I don't know if I was quite ready for that. That's why I like the Infiniti so much. It just drives, engine's off, so it doesn't vibrate, it just sits quiet, whereas this one idles like a truck. Oh yeah, I did install the mud flaps. So I did that part. Leo did the rest of the work. David Leo, not me. So they look pretty good, but that's all I did. My old axle in here that I'll get rebuilt, probably. And then box of parts. So these are drive shafts we pulled off a junker. I think it was a 2003 though, so I don't know if they'll fit mine. But this is steel, but the rear drive shaft is carbon fiber, so that's kind of neat. And then we got, just replaced the lid from the dash, got that one from the junker too. Mine is loose, this one seems tighter. Random screws and bolts just in case. And I bought extra spring pads by mistake. Got the rear diff to go, so this way it'll be a LSD in the rear. Got the two Bilstein shocks, threw away one of the boxes by mistake. And there's the heater core. So yeah, I don't have the radio, I haven't bought the radio yet. Just, I mean, it's finding the time for Marcio, finding the time to do it all. I also kind of find the energy to not be so frustrated, because I do get a little bit tired of constantly something breaking. It's not really fun, and overall I think for everybody it's just been kind of a stressful year or two now. And so yeah, that's where I'm kind of at. But the good news, I found my glasses. I actually lost my glasses for about 10 days or something like this, and this morning when I was checking under the Montero with my flashlight, because I noticed that the coolant, after I was leaving, or when we were wrenching it, the coolant in the overflow tank was really low and it was all kind of rusty looking, so that's not good. And so yesterday, after like, was it 4 days later, I checked, and and we added the coolant to the top, and I checked it yesterday and it was almost empty, so I added some more water and some of it escaped since. But I did find my glasses, so that's nice, because I didn't want to buy nice ones, because these are prescription glasses. And I don't want a nice pair for all my woodworking that I do over here. And I think that's about it. So for now, once Marcio picks up the truck, I'll be riding my single-speed Stallion, which actually was really nice this morning. I went for it. I didn't even try to start the Montero. I had no idea it was going to die on me just now. Or not start. But yeah, so the truck is looking really good, but it is a pain in the butt. So fingers crossed. After a week or two or three, or however long it'll take, we'll get it fixed up. And if a couple more grand won't fix it, then I don't know, it might be time to just cut my losses and move on. But fingers crossed it'll all work out okay, so we'll see. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. I didn't want to end the video on like a bumming note. So as you can see, the Montero is gone. It did start yesterday. I just needed to hold the gas down a little bit, otherwise it was dying. And then last night, I got the springs. There's some damage on them there, but I got the rear springs, got the air filter for the engine, suspension bushing, top and bottom, and so all that's ready to go in. Me and Marcio drove around in it for about an hour yesterday, took it a little bit off-road, and it was really, really fun. It definitely handles much better, so that's gonna go on. I bought a radio from Pete, or stereo double din Kenwood, nice one, so we'll install that. And then the other thing I was thinking, kind of came up the idea, I love organizing, I don't really care for like overland and whatnot, but I have this old sign that I found with like a Luma light and some kind of plastic in between. So I think it'll be pretty stupid of me, but yet hopefully we'll make a good video, is to make a Dakar sign and then make it like as a molly panel for the rear windows, because those are at least $100 for what I've seen, and nothing of course for the Montero as you'd expect. So We'll try to jigsaw that out and see how that goes, but that'll be in a future video once I get the Montero back so I can take measurements. But meanwhile, we're gonna load these guys in the Infinity, go drop it off, and fingers crossed I'll get the Montero back in a week or two. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Also had the photo shoot with Motegi because both wheels, these MR150s and that's MR151s. I was chatting with the guys from Motegi to see if they'll fit my Infinity. And they didn't know, and I didn't know, so I bought them to try it out, and they did. And then they sent the photographer out to snap some pictures, so I'm gonna put these at the end of the video with some music. They came out amazing. Makes both cars look really, really good, really cool. And so let's end on a more positive note with some badass pictures. See you next time. Dedicated to the craft over there.